let's start. So Saka had a good game for Arsenal, playing on the right. He even did some work in the middle, so he's showing that he's flexible. Onana. So Onana, let's talk about him. So Onana plays for Villa. Uh,
Man
Follow, what do
U.
you know about Onana? I think he's a key player for Villa. This is
Oh,
going to be
yeah,
the best
Onana,
match
the
of the week,
defense.
Yeah,
and this is a big test for Arsenal.
it was one of the most astute business of the summer by Aston Villa. He was actually bought from Everton. He played last season in
Yeah,
Everton. A very good physical DM, and
yeah,
he has really improved the Villa team, and it was good for him. He got a set piece goal from a header against West Ham. Very strong,
yeah.
imposing center defensive midfielder.
Yes, so that's good. So let me ask you a question. So I think this will be a close game. I think Arsenal should be favorites to win 2-1. But give me a tactical breakdown, Kunle. So with Arsenal versus Villa, I'm still learning about Villa. What are their strengths? Do they have like a very strong midfield and defense? What are their tendencies? What will be the things that they should play to their advantage? Yeah.
Arsenal, Villa, a very
Villa.
strong team. They have very good striker in Ollie Watkins.
Yeah.
They've built their team and around a very organized coach in Unai Emery. They're a very tidy team. They have a strong midfield and they have a competent defense.
Yeah.
But you can still get at them if you're a top side. I think their main problem is probably up in here. I think that technically they do have the ability to challenge even for top four this season. Their problem is consistency.
Yeah.
They're going to give Arsenal a difficult game, but I don't think they're going to do well.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So you know what?
Arsenal will overcome them, but
Yeah.
I think Arsenal will overcome them, but it will not be a straightforward
Yeah.
task. Probably
I
like
don't
a
know.
2-1.
I don't know if this matters at all because that was last season. But so far, Villa has beaten Arsenal in the last two games. It's last year. That's a big. So, but that doesn't mean anything because this is a new year and Arsenal has gotten better, but also Villa has gotten better. Thank you, Kunle. What are your thoughts, Warif? Yeah.
Okay, the match for Saturday, I think that will be the last match for the day on Saturday.
Yeah.
That match is going to be an interesting match. Why? Because last season, like you said, Villa defeated Arsenal both home and away last season. So this time around,
this game is going to be in
Arsenal, they're
Villa.
going to come.
Yeah.
Yes. So Arsenal, with their normal pattern, they wouldn't want to rush the game, take their time to tiki-taka play to the defense of Aston Villa. But my fear is that Arteta shouldn't gamble the game. Why? Instead of playing Califieri or Timber, he might want to play what he calls Zinchenko. And Zinchenko is a player that likes getting into the midfield and he doesn't know how to return. He's not physical. And you know, the last they are physical and they are fast. So if Arteta can use any of them, Timber or Califieri,
you're cutting. Where you're cutting a little bit. Maybe it's the earphones. Let's see what happens. Or do you guys hear cutting from him? Yeah.
Yes, it's breaking.
Yeah. Okay, let's try again. Yeah. That sounds better. Yeah.
Okay. So if I can get his selection right, I think he can end them 2-1 or 2-1. Then also, Arteta, I'm still saying it, Arteta should try and get a backup, solid backup for Saka, because if you watch the goal and the goal Saka scored against Wolf, if Saka is coming at you and you have to defend, closing on Saka, but when you come one-on-one with him, you're giving him that chance.
Yeah.
And most teams, they started studying Saka, the way he plays. Once he drifts into his left foot, the next thing is to place the keeper. So if they can study Saka, it will be difficult for him. That's why Arteta need to get another backup that has a different kind of play.
He's not creative.
Okay. Yeah. So if Arteta losing concentration, he should try and bring in maybe Nwaneri or what's it called, Jorginho in the midfield. Then, Villa, they have some good strength, like Kunle said, and Watkins, and also fast. And also not forgetting their keeper, the former keeper for Arsenal. The guy is good. For you to score him, you need to be smart to score the Villa's goalkeeper. So that's just it.
And he's gonna want to beat his former team like he did last year.
Yes, he want to show that he's good for them to have sold him. He's still good. So it will be a tough game, but I see us now winning by 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I think 2-1. So what are your thoughts in general, Afolabi?
Yes, Arsenal have the edge, but Arsenal have to be very, very clinical. This was the team that stopped them from winning the Premier League last season. The moment they lost to Villa at the Emirates, it was downhill from
in April there. After drawing with Man City.
Yes, after drawing with Man City. So
they drew with Man City.
And I remember that Villa game. They were so wasteful in the first half. Villa took advantage of the 2 chances they had in the second half, and that was it. And with the pair of Leon Bailey and Oli Watkins, they have very, very smart strikers. So Arsenal have to play seriously. And I don't expect Arsenal
and once again,
I expect Arsenal to have the lion's share of the possession. Villa will try and defend deeper and try to hit them on the counter attack. Arsenal will have to defend transitions better than they have been doing. So, but I feel Arsenal will just need maybe 1-0 or 2-1.
Yeah, and we go back to this Calafiore. He's not going to help you when you play teams like this because you need a solid defender who's not. I see him more as like a wing back who's adventurous and goes for it. You already have enough guys like that, like Havertz and.
Hello? Yeah. On Zoom meeting, okay. Every line in here.
Are you back, Afolabi?
Yes, I'm back.
It's not your fault, too. It's Nigeria.
I'm back. I'm actually back.
Okay, so Kunle, continue. Okay, Kunle, continue. Kunle, continue. So we were talking about Calafiore.
So as I was saying about Arsenal, they start well. They always start well. They'll be quick off the mark. So I think people who are having their fears about Arsenal not performing need to not worry. That Arsenal have, Partey will still do well at this stage. It's not yet reached the time when he's going to start doing rubbish. I understand what Warif is saying. Yes, he will run out of steam and start getting a bit poor, but I don't think that's going to quite happen just yet.
Yeah,
I think that he's going to.
But I think they're more dangerous. The only reason I think they're dangerous this year is because Man City can't continue at this level. You can't win 5-6 years. I think it's going to take. I think Man City can do it, but it's going to take maybe because I'm going off topic, but Man City might be getting Gundogan. That might be a good thing because that'll give them more creativity in midfield and increase their scoring. Man City always finds a way to refresh themselves, but I think if Arsenal loses this year, they may even lose to another team. Like besides Man City, who do you think could beat Arsenal this year
Liverpool,
for the title?
Liverpool,
maybe Aston Villa. Liverpool, yeah.
Liverpool can.
So that may happen. But yeah, we're getting off topic though. What's the next game we want to talk about, Afolabi? Yeah.
Tottenham and Everton. And then Brighton and Man U.
Tottenham, Everton.
So let's talk about the Tottenham game now. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Afolabi?
Yeah,
the Tottenham, they won or they drew?
They
won.
I was disappointed.
They drew.
They were so wasteful. It was a Monday night game. They were so wasteful. They were wasteful against Everton. Squandered a lot of chances in the first half, and they were very lucky.
Against
the winner in the second half.
Against Leicester.
Yes, against Leicester City.
Yeah.
So they would have to be more clinical, take their chances. But I think Tottenham would have the edge over Everton, 2-0. And Tottenham are at home anyway.
Yeah, Son still plays for them, right?
Yeah, Heung-min Son still plays for them. It was one
they need a central forward.
It was so wasteful.
Yeah, they need a central. I still miss Son and Kane. That was a beautiful combination. Man.
Combination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tottenham are going to drop points, but I don't think they're going to lose the game. I think it's going to
Draw.
probably a 1-1 or nil. Yeah, probably like 1-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Everton are
I'm
going
gonna
through
say
their own issues.
it may even be 0-0, but I'm gonna say most likely Tottenham wins by 1 goal, but it's gonna be low scoring. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be low scoring, but I think that Tottenham will not
It also
lose
depends
this
on where the
game.
game is being played. I can't remember where it's being
Tottenham
played.
is at home. Tottenham is at home at White Hart Lane.
Oh yeah, so maybe I'll give them a slight edge, 1-0. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think they're going to draw. I think it's going to be a
Yeah,
draw,
it's
1-1
very
or
likely.
2-2.
Yeah.
I don't think Everton are going to get on top of Tottenham. I don't think Tottenham have warmed up properly for this season. I think both of them are having issues that's going to affect them. So they both look vulnerable, and they're both top teams. But I think that they're going to knock each other, cancel each other out.
What are your thoughts, Warif? Yeah.
The pressure is going to be on Tottenham. In short, both teams, the pressure will be on both teams because Everton lost their first, while Tottenham drew their first game. So that is going to be an interesting game. But I see Tottenham winning the game because Tottenham, they have some good players like Son, Richard Harrison, and then what do you call Timo Werner, and some other good players. Even their midfield is okay. Well, it's just for them to take their because their match against Leicester City, they would have won that match, but they didn't. They lost some what's it called, some chances. So I see Tottenham winning that match by 2-0.
2-0, yeah, it's possible, but I think I'll disagree with you a little bit. I think you're slightly ambitious. 2-0 is not. They can win 2-0, but I still think most likely it might be 1-0 because they're struggling. But yeah, I think within the range, you're correct. They should probably win. They're at home, and also they have more continuity and they have Son. So let's go on to the next game. What's the last game we're talking about?
Brighton and Man United. Brighton and Man United.
Oh yeah, so we'll start with Kunle because it's not bad, man. They're one of the bees.
Yeah, Brighton is not bad.
I watched it again.
United have had a good start. I don't know how long this little what's the word after your wedding that you call when you're
honeymoon
is going to last. They've already psyched us. I'll say, oh, we're going to finish third, but that team is not complete. There's no left back. They haven't sorted out the midfield. Anything goes wrong with one kick of the game in that game, up there. They're focused. I think they had a good preseason, and I think they're up for it. As for who is going to win, I still think United should still win. I don't think that they've reached where they're going to start dropping points. I think they'll drop points against Liverpool next week, but I think that leading into that game, they might want to focus. And if Ten Hag picks the right players according to merit and form, I think that he should have the edge over Brighton. God willing that Casemiro holds out for 90 minutes. Or maybe we play Maino and Mount, or play Maino at the 6 if something happens to Casemiro, and look for an 8 in the rest of the midfields to partner him.
Yeah.
That's the problem that I'm having, is the core of that midfield. And even when Manu has played at an 8, United has still looked vulnerable because he gets exposed. I've noticed that he doesn't have the stamina to last games. When he's coming off when he's being taken off, you can actually see 15 minutes to the end of the game, he's actually out of steam.
Yeah.
He's not coming off like, I don't want to come over. He's like, thank God. So
he's like us. He's like us. Too much Isiawu and Ogogoro on Saturday.
Yes, it takes a lot of know-how to play that number 6 position. Menu does well to try to play it. So that's going to be an exciting game. That's going to be a game I'm looking forward to over the weekend, over my birthday weekend.
Oh yeah, it's Kule's birthday, so we're going to do a special Williams Talks Football. I'm serious. Williams Talks Football on Saturday morning.
Single malt Irish whiskey, which is
serious. If I didn't have to go to work today, I'll take that.
Honey stuff or that nonsense Scotch stuff. If you want proper
we'll
whiskey,
get you some. How much does a bottle of that cost? How much is one bottle of that? Yeah,
it's 70K.
Okay, put it again because we want them to sponsor our show one day. We're gonna send a letter to them.
Okay.
Okay, so we're giving you guys free advertising today for today.
Yes.
So thank you. Okay, so my prediction is that Man U will win 2-1
With a
or
hint of
2-0.
vanilla, cocoa, and chocolate. Very nice.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. As long as it's not vanilla cocaine.
Coca-Cola.
All right, let's change the subject.
I'm on holiday.
So my prediction is that Man U 2-0, 2-0 or 2-1. What are your predictions on Kunle? Then we'll go to Warif.
I think that Man United should, if they're on the ball, they should win this comfortably, like 3-1. But if they go there and they're not prepared and they've not sorted out their positions, or someone gets injured in the key position early, they could draw or even lose the game. So I think that it depends on players staying on the pitch.
And also they have fitness problems. They have a good team, but they have fitness and depth, and they still lack some positions, like you said, on the left. What are your thoughts, Warif?
The Brighton game against Manchester United is going to be an interesting match because I watched the Brighton game against Everton. They play clean football. And don't forget that, what was his name? Beck is there also. Brighton, they're up there front. They have some good players they take their chances. But that match is not going to be an easy one for even Manchester United and Brighton. But I see the game might be a draw, but whosoever that will win the match might be a slight victory, maybe 2-1. Then for Manchester United, they should learn to take their chances like Rashford. Rashford is always missing chances. You should learn how to score goals. So you can take their match.
Yeah, in this day and age in football, you can't just cross the ball. You also have to be able to finish.
Look, we don't want to see the mistake that this chap Ten Hag made last season, when he spent 60 million on Casemiro, and because McTominay had a couple of good games, he kept him on until he played a bad game. I want to see De Ligt come on straight with Martinez. I don't want any messing about seeing Harry Maguire, Harry the Hoover running at 3 miles an hour, trying to remember his friend.
Harry Maguire, if he played in that match, they're going to use him because
they're too slow. I don't care how good they can defend the ball. Because they're slow, you have to play a deep line. You play a deep line, your midfield cannot connect. So I don't care all the defensive heroics he did. It's a waste of time because we can't play a high line. We can't play a high line. We can't play a proper press. We can't play a proper press. We can't play a ball.
You're right,
so we need to play our centre backs because they're quicker, so you can play a high line and then our wing backs to come and support. So please, Ten Hag, play your best team. Put your first foot forward. Don't mess about with Harry the Hoover.
Kule, can you imagine if Man U used
circle of the Titanic?
Kule, can you imagine if Man U used the high line against Real Madrid now that they have Mbappe and those guys? It'll be 4-0.
No, they can still. There's a way that you can play a slide. They might not play a high line. But if they have good, quick central CDM, central defensive midfielder, then they can at least create enough time. They don't need to be super quick central defenders. They just need to have basic pace. With enough basic pace, you can actually cut the angle so that a slightly faster player than you won't get.
So that's good tactic.
The gap of speed is
that's
too
good
much,
tactic.
Like with Maguire, who's not that much quicker than me. Then yes. So yes, they won't be as quick as Mbappe, but if they angle it out. With the angles, the fullbacks are quicker than the central defenders. So between the two of them, look at the Italian sides. None of their players are super quick. But let me see how many times all those pieces get by. They don't.
But you know what it is? It's tactics. It's tactics. Tactics.
It's a tactic. Even when I used to play rugby, there's this New Zealand guy, very slow. But when you try to run past him, because of the way he holds his ground and moves forward, up and down the field, you won't be able to get through.
Okay, so let's quickly talk two things.
To hold a high line. They don't need to be super fast.
They
just need to be quick enough that they've got enough of that Mbappe will just need more than 2 yards. He'll need more than a couple of yards. You know? So, but with that, that's what you need.
I know, Kule, you've given us a PhD. It was just a joke.
Well,
all right, but let's move on. So we're going to end, but let's quickly talk about Man City versus Ipswich. I think Man City will win 2-0. But
straight win.
Who are they playing? Who's Man City playing?
Ipswich.
Ipswich.
That's going to be a murder in Manchester
Baptism
City.
of fire.
More like
Also, can I
bloodbath.
say something?
More like a bloodbath.
It's going to be.
Can I say
One of
something?
those cricket scores.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Also,
cricket
I
score.
want to say something that Gundogan might be going back to Man City for free.
Oh
So
yes,
that
it's
will make,
confirmed.
that will help
They
them.
confirmed
What are
it
your
this
thoughts?
morning. He's come back already. He was confirmed. this
So
morning.
that's going to be our show for. That's going to be my short for tomorrow. Talk about that, Afolabi. I think it's a good pickup. What do you think? Yeah.
He has a fantastic relationship with Pep Guardiola. When he decided to leave, it was his own decision. It wasn't Man City telling him to go. So now
Sorry, can I ask you a question? Is he a number 10? Is he a number 10?
He's an 8. He's an 8, but he's a tenacious 8.
Exactly.
He's a central midfielder.
Yes. So he's more mobile than a static number 10. But now that
he's a central midfielder, right?
He's an 8 central midfielder. Yeah, but he can tackle. Yes.
You know, because of the acquisition of Olmo, Barcelona had to release him because of wages and stuff. So now that Barcelona doesn't need him, he's gone back to his first love, basically, and that's Man City. And I think he will add depth to the Man City squad, especially now that.
No, I'm going to add points because when he was playing for Man City, and who was the other guys, Silva or
Bernardo
Alvarez?
Bernardo Silva.
Those guys were scoring. They were scoring 5 goals a game. They were scoring 5 goals a game. 5 goals a game. Yeah, 5 goals a game.
They have the famous 4. That's Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and De Bruyne. And then they had that weirdo, Calvin Phillips.
That was a very good team. So I think it's a good
actually sold
that one with
they've actually sold Phillips to Ipswich.
Yeah, he's gone to Fulham.
Fulham, okay.
I think, or somewhere.
Ipswich. I think it's Ipswich.
Good. League with Manchester City. Him coming back to Manchester City again, it will be a challenge for him to want to make another record as in winning Manchester City winning the game league 5 straight on a row. So he will add depth to it. He's a good one for Manchester City, and he's experienced. He will add more depth to the squad.
Yeah,
this team.
So I think that's going to be good.
They play like 70 games every season. So an extra body in the midfield who knows the ground and is familiar with the environment. It's just adding value to the team, basically.
Because it's going to be tough in Europe. But I know them. They want to win both. So it's going to be tough, though. Yeah. So any last thoughts from everybody? What are your last thoughts, Kunle? Then we'll go to Warif. Then Afolabi will take us out. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that we're going to have another exciting week of football. Looking forward to. I think that the top teams are going to mostly win their games, or at worst draw. I don't think any
on Chelsea. Who's Chelsea playing? Who's Chelsea playing?
We need to check who's Chelsea playing.
I'm not quite sure.
They're actually a bit of a mess. There's still a bit of a jumble. Chelsea.
But they're playing
themselves out.
So we'll talk about Chelsea for 2 minutes. Let me type it up too. Okay. Welcome to the world of Google.
Cable team.
Yeah, Chelsea. Let's see. They're playing Wolves. So quickly, we don't need to talk long because we need to go. But can I give us 30 seconds on Chelsea Wolves? Yeah.
That's going to be a very, very interesting game. Both these teams are actually not been doing very well at the moment, and they're on their way down. But I think Chelsea need to rally. I think this is the kind of game that even if Chelsea have a bad season, it'll be one of those few games that they win to just stay in the top half of the season. So I'll give it to Chelsea. What about you, 2-0.
I'll give it to Chelsea 1-0. But it's going to be an interesting game.
I think Chelsea has a good nucleus, but they have they keep changing their managers. And they have Palmer who's good, but the team needs to gel. But I think they can pull past Wolves 1-0. What are your thoughts, Afolabi? Then take us out.
Yeah, 1-0-2. Chelsea don't have strikers. They had some good opportunities against Man City and they wasted it. And then asking a coach to pick 11 players from a squad of 40.
Did he cut out again?
So,
he's back.
So basically, that's it from us today. It's been wonderful discussing the Premier League game. We look ahead to match day 2 games. From me, Warif, Mustafa, and Kunle, it's bye for now.
Bye for now. We'll see everybody on Kunle's birthday too, but we'll see each other before that. Stay blessed.